The city of Minneapolis honored a prominent civil rights activist today. The late Ron Edwards was a leader in the fight to desegregate the city's all-white fire department in the 1970s. A historic moment then, an important story to retell now. Here's Jessica Hart.
The Minneapolis Fire Department looks different than it did more than 50 years ago.
He included everybody and discluded nobody.
Because of one man you likely don't know.
Mr. Ron Edwards.
In the 70s, Ron Edwards led the effort to desegregate the Minneapolis Fire Department.
Literally, without his efforts, we wouldn't be here today.
Without him, Brian Tyner, the city's second black police chief, wouldn't be in this uniform.
There was a consent decree led by the efforts of Ron Edwards and others in 1972 called Carter versus Gallagher that required the Minneapolis Fire Department to hire minority firefighters and also required them to change their hiring practices to make them more fair and create opportunities for everyone.
With that lawsuit, we got the diversity that was needed because we were not welcome on the fire department.
He was probably one of the greatest civil rights activists that the city of Minneapolis has ever seen.
To honor the man who fought for fairness and equality, the fire department unveiled a replica of the bronze plaque that will live at Fire Station 1.
That is something that will last forever and remind people of his legacy and the gains that we were able to make because of his leadership.
A bronze plaque so everyone will know the man who helped shape the city of Minneapolis.
They've run into some supply issues, so the real plaque isn't here just yet. The fire department wasn't the only Minneapolis agency he helped change. Lisa Clemens, a former Minneapolis police officer, says he opened the door for her to join the force. She said she was the third African-American woman to dress in blue. The first woman joined in 1975, which was just a few years after the consent decree, Jana.
Yeah, for those interested in that history, the Minneapolis history of the 70s and those watershed moments brought forward from people like Ron Edwards that changed our city for the better, I encourage you to read up on it. And Ron stayed involved in Minneapolis until his death.
Yeah, he was heavily involved for years. I mean, there is an image in that story where he was outside an apartment complex after a child went missing. And they talked about just the importance of, you know, your first responders reflecting the community that you serve. And it's made possible today because of Ron.
We owe a lot to Ron Edwards. Thank you, Jessica, for sharing.